everyone, I'm very happy to be here. I unfortunately already recorded this video once, but I did it in slow motion, so I didn't capture any sound. But today I'm here to tell you about a few convention tips on how to go to a convention alone, because this is something I will be doing today. I will be going to Japantag, which is a very large convention in Düsseldorf, Germany, as in the past few years I haven't been there because it is so extremely large and full. There's an insane amount of people going there, and it basically stretches across the whole city or a big part of the city, which I just happen to live in because I live in the Japanese area of the city anyway. It basically starts from there and goes all the way to the river. Usually many of my friends are not a big fan of going there, and I also haven't been in the past few years because it's just extremely full. People are very drunk, you can't really see the stands because of how many people are there, and it's overall a very stressful situation. But today I thought I would take you with me to the convention, and I would be alone basically. So how am I gonna do that as a person who is introverted? And because I thought many of you probably are as well, but maybe your friends don't want to go somewhere, or you want to explore something really bad and planning is hard, and you know what? Why not? So beginning, I first of all want to say that you should be aware of the convention's rules before you go there. For example, about the weapons. Because I'm cosplaying something extremely comfortable today, I don't have to worry about too many things on my costume falling off and needing how to put them on. However, Lucienk is a character that carries very many weapons with him. For example, in my holster I have this foam knife along with my flashlight, this one, but I do think it looks very realistic, and because it is such a large open convention, I decided not to take it with me today. Similarly with the gun that I carry for him, even though it is closed and just a toy that I weathered, it does look very realistic. And this hand grenade also somehow, and also it makes sounds. It's a bit annoying. I will be leaving it here today and taking it to the l.kotsi where I will go. It is important for me to tell you that most of the time people really do not care about you as much as you think they do. You're your main character in your own story, but other people are their own main characters or their friends, and they're experiencing something, and you similarly also experience something, but in these spheres you're not as concerned with other people as they are with you. Try to think of the last time you've been somewhere and thought, this person looks alone, what a loser. It probably never happened before, and similarly I can promise you, I don't think it happens to anyone. Usually the people either think, oh, there's a person, and don't think farther into it, or this person must be waiting for their friends, they look so cool and popular. Can also happen, but most of the time people will really not think, oh, this person is alone, we really think this is an outsider or something. That generally never happens. And even though many people know each other, it's not a closed-off event or anything. You can still go and be yourself everywhere. Another huge pro that you have while going alone to a convention, a huge pro that you will have going into conventions alone in the social sphere, is also that you are more likely to be approached, as it is easier since you're only one person and there's not a wall of people in front of you. If people want to talk to you, they will find it is easier to do so this way. And so if you've had enough interaction, you can have a very pleasant conversation and enjoy it, and then later say, thank you for the conversation, that was really nice to have, I'm glad I got to know you, maybe let's exchange Instagrams or other social media, but right now I have to leave because I want to look at X bike thing that is happening, or my train is coming and I've only planned to stay for so long. Thank you so much for getting to meet you, and just exit the conversation whenever you feel like it's enough. There's no problem in doing that at all, and everyone is busy or understands it. And sometimes a conversation is just nice to have, and then you can just freely exit. And if you enjoy staying with the people and maybe they invite you into their group and you decide you want that, you can also just go. You're free to do as you please, as you are alone. Nobody knows of your plans beforehand, you're just free. In this realm, I would also like to advise that most conventions have a program, and you can look it up beforehand to decide if you want to see something at a specific time, because you will be alone, you will be faster and more efficient, and nobody can say they don't want that, and you don't have to discuss. You can just go wherever you please. And maybe there's something that's really interesting you that your friends maybe wouldn't care about as much. Just feel free to go there. I personally am going to the Japantag today because all of my friends think it's too full, and I agree with that, but I wanted to experience a solo convention again in a long time, because the first time I ever went to a convention, it was solo. I got to know so many people that day that I basically never went to a con solo again. But today's the day. Now for a few self-care tips. Of course, take water with you. Sometimes you really don't want to pay 5 euros for a bottle of water or 10 euros for a Coca-Cola. Maybe consider taking that beforehand, buying it somewhere and just taking it with you. I have those very convenient bags in my cosplay that allow me to store a lot of things like my camera, some food and drink, and I would definitely advise you to do that as well. Also, what I find helps me a lot, because it might not look like that, because I do social media after all, I am extremely introverted. It's not a surprise either, because I think a lot of nerds are a bit introverted, but I think it helps to bring my headphones everywhere, because then while I'm on my way, I can consider listening to music that I think the character would like, or maybe a good theme song to the character, and it helps me immerse and kind of calm down, because I get to roleplay as a person who is confident and doing their thing, and then I can put myself in that situation to become the person that is confident and doing their thing, and it works 10 times out of 10, honestly, to just trick yourself a little bit into becoming more confident, even if it means role-playing your character for just a tiny bit. Not excessively, just a tiny bit. Always helps. I call it soft LARPing. Because such conventions tend to get extremely loud, especially a day like today, you can also consider taking some other headphones, like noise-canceling headphones, that will help you be a bit more calm when everything is loud around you. You probably won't miss anything, and it's gonna be fine. People will not think anything of it. Most of the time they will just think you're listening to music because you're going from A to B. But you could also consider cosplaying a character that maybe sports these traits, such as glasses, or maybe noise-canceling headphones even. Also, on the topic of glasses, I always take a contact lens case with me in case my contacts get too much for me. Sometimes it's a textural issue that I have with them, that I can feel them on my eye, or they feel dry, even though technically everything is still okay, and I like to just put them away if needed. And that's basically all I have for this video, but let me know if you want a convention do's and don'ts video in the meantime, and maybe look at some footage I have prepared for you from today, and enjoy your rest of the day and have fun at conventions. Bye bye. very full. Taking a little break. Some 8-year-old kids and a girl recognized me as Leon Kennedy, and they were very excited, which made me very happy. And also a 50-year-old man just rollerbladed into me. This all happened simultaneously, by the way, so now I'm taking a break. Then I'm gonna take another walk up and down the halls, and then I will be done for today. So yeah, that was very fast, but it's still extremely empty, and I don't see myself staying here until it's extremely dark. So yeah. Okay, we are back. I am extremely sweaty, and that basically concludes our little trip. But I just went shopping. I put the stuff away. I opened up my jacket a bit because it's so fucking hot. Because it's so hot, and I will set myself back up and go right back out again. My freckles are unfortunately coming out, and yeah, I'm very done. I won't be vlogging anymore from here on out. I think I will take my camera just in case, but I'll just go back out, I think, till like 2 p.m. and then back home and relax for the day, and also prep the rest of my D&D campaign because I need to do that today. Thank you so much for coming with me today, and I was extremely happy to see you. Ja. Ich muss mal ein Bild schneiden.